One of the braver things that anyone will have ever done on this show or any show is revisit their quarterback rankings this early in the season. But as you know, or should know by now, it's gone sideways quickly for me and pretty much everyone else who put out quarterback rankings. I don't really think anyone put out rankings out there in the SEC that had Arch and Lagway and Sellers outside the top 10. Yet that very well could be the top 10 right now in the SEC. So what I wanted to do, because people have been ragging me about this, and truthfully, I deserve it, is I wanted to remind you that going into the season, I did release my preseason SEC quarterback rankings. I was fairly confident, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, solid 6 3/4 confident, that this would at least somewhat resemble what the conference was going to look like this year. Famously, at this point, it's only been 3 weeks, famously, I had DJ Lagway number 1. Yes, Prince Lagway. I bought all the stock. And then I had Arch number 2, and honestly, we weren't even hyping him up like most people were. I thought we were tame on Arch. But I did think there was this baseline. It's Steve Sarkisian. It's Arch Manning. It's Texas talent. Like, there's a pretty high floor here, is there not? Yeah, holes in the floor, man. I had Lenore Sellers number 3. And people were hating. You remember now, if you watched the segment, you remember people were banging on me a little bit for not having Sellers higher, not having Nussmeier higher. We'll get to him. He's got a little injury situation. I also took a fair amount of criticism that everyone's already deleted for having John Mateer as high as I did. The audacity of having unproven John Mateer. Look at that sidearm release. Look at the quality of competition he's faced. Fifth, whomst do you think you are? They asked me. So it was Austin Simmons, Jackson Arnold, Taylor Green, Marcel Reed, Diego Pavia. I didn't have Gunnar Stockton in there because we hadn't seen him play. I hadn't put Ty Simpson in there because we hadn't seen him play. Now, we hadn't seen Arch play really either. I just thought Arch would be better than them, obviously. So it's time to revisit. And I'm not going to do the whole random order thing. I'm just going to tell you my new number 1 quarterback in the SEC, updated rankings as of tonight. Yeah, it's John Mateer. I regret not putting him higher in my preseason. I did pick him to win the Heisman, after all, but even I wanted him to earn it a little bit. Well, he has earned it. We were there on location in living color for the Michigan game, and we won't be there for the Auburn game, but they got Auburn this weekend. Everything they could have hoped that he was going to be, at least in the first portion of the season. Remember, this was supposed to be when they were sort of feeling each other out. He was new to the program, but he brought his coordinator with him, and it's been great. It's been wonderful, and to their credit, they put good receiving talent around him. So I got him number 1. I don't even think that's controversial at this point. But who would you put number 2 in the league right now? Because I'm going to Fayetteville, Arkansas. The season hasn't gotten off to such a hot start, but Taylor Green has. You pop on the Ole Miss tape, forget tape, just go watch the broadcast. I don't care. Go watch it from the blimp. He is incredible. And right now, I'm looking at them, and they're going to Memphis, and I'm terrified for that game this weekend, by the way. They're in a letdown spot. They're in a look-ahead spot. It's Memphis' Super Bowl. Silverfield's up there talking about Georgia's arrest record. I have no idea what's happening with that game. But this dude's been balling out. So Taylor Green, number 2 on the SEC quarterback rankings right now. And then I got to put Joey Aguilar number 3. This is the most surprising result maybe in the league so far, in a sense that I just didn't think it was possible for him to look good like this quick. I didn't think the offense could click this good this quickly. And I am someone who has all the confidence in the world in Josh Heupel, but they just went toe-to-toe with Georgia and lost to Georgia. They lost hanging 38 in regulation, so offense didn't lose it. Joey Aguilar didn't lose it. 66% completion percentage guy so far, 10 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's been incredible. And, I mean, I can't guarantee anything, but I certainly don't think he's going to regress as the season goes on. You know who I got number 4? Is Bo Prabula. You know, there are healthy conversations going on right now. Scratch that. They're very unhealthy. From a mental standpoint, it's very unhealthy to be having this discussion, but I've got it on good authority that some of our friends up in Pennsylvania have been observing what Bo Prabula has been doing at Missouri and have been observing what Drew Aller is still struggling to do at Penn State and saying, wow, did we keep the wrong guy? Now, that's unfair. It's very unfair because Penn State hasn't had to open up the playbook, blah, blah, blah. et cetera, et cetera. You know how that goes. That it's even a conversation speaks to how good the fit is between Perbula and Eli Drinkwitz and that entire offensive system there. Remember, he gave up play calling before last year, I think it was. And they have soared since then. Was Eli Drinkwitz holding Missouri football back? Probably not. I just want the clip in there because it will make its way to him. He's been a perfect fit there. He's been really incredible. That Kansas game's probably the highest profile game he's played so far. They've got South Carolina this weekend, so it really ramps up for him. He's been good. Gunnar Stockton, I think number 5 is a good spot for him. First 2 games Georgia played very obviously weren't going to be like the Tennessee game. And they weren't. And he wasn't. And in retrospect, it's probably a good thing that the offense looked like it did against Austin Peay. And then the biggest shock in the world, Georgia played at a little bit different level against Tennessee than they did Austin Peay. So did Gunnar Stockton. And any lingering question I had about him was answered. Now, in retrospect, it's always fun to say, oh, you doubted him. Yeah, I sure did. I didn't doubt that. Well, I did. I flat out doubted him. Okay, so Gunnar Stockton proved me wrong. So far, Gunnar Stockton proved me wrong. I didn't think he'd play at that level. Against Tennessee, I didn't think he'd play at that level all year. And he did. So he proved me wrong, and there he is, number 5, and climbing. Green arrow next to his name. Hey, wait just a second. I appreciate you guys watching. Most of you are subscribed. If you're not, please do so. It's free. It helps us keep the show free, and that's how we do college football year-round. All right, back to the video. Marcel Reed, number 6. Do we think that's fair? 17 of 37 the other day for like 1 billion yards against Notre Dame. I think that vertical passing game, check. We were right. The reports we heard out of College Station, those were right in the preseason. And that dude's playing at a level where if I'm getting the downfield passing threat, and I think I know they can run the ball to win a game eventually. I mean, if we're once again making defense the big question for Texas A&M, and I know I got high-level quarterback play, I mean, still some mistakes here and there, some overthrows, accuracy issues. I'll take it. Let me just put it that way. If that's what I'm going to get from Marcel Reed, I'll take it. I got him, number 6. I got Diego Pavia, number 7. There were rumors today he may be seeking a 7th year of eligibility. He put the cap emoji out there. Bradley will tell you as well as I will. That means it's not happening. Diego Pavia, though, just leading the football team, not carrying a football team. It's important to note, Nashville's football team is more than one person, but one person is the face of that team, and that is Diego Pavia. I would put Ty Simpson number 8. So the Florida State game, very shaky for that entire organization. Him as a quarterback, very shaky. He's looked really good since then. One of those games was UL Monroe. One of those games was Wisconsin, and you're probably thinking the same thing I am, and that is, well, what happens when they go on the road again against quality competition? You're in luck. They go to Georgia next week. So we'll find out. I mean, Ty Simpson, when given time, very good. Will he be given time? When he's not, I'll tell you this, though, when he's not given time, I mean, he's thrown some balls under pressure the past couple of games, especially that Wisconsin game, that looked really good. So, again, I sound a little pessimistic with Alabama only because I told you I was going to be. And I guess Ty Simpson just suffers from that as it relates to this show. This is my preseason national championship pick. They're just going to get held to a higher standard here. And when you let me down like they did in week 1, you've got to earn the trust back. Ty Simpson back on the road next week. That team will probably go as he goes next week. Earn the trust back. All due respect to Luke Fickell, that does not happen against Wisconsin. Garrett Nussmeier, number 9. Now, you'll notice Brian Kelly, I think today, confirmed he's been dealing with, Jesse, how did they phrase it? Was it like a torso injury? They said, so, I mean, full disclosure, this was not a huge mystery, or I guess it wasn't breaking news. This was kind of whispered about behind the scenes. I think some people said elbow. I didn't hear elbow. I heard exactly what Brian Kelly said today. That's why I treated the Clemson outcome like I did. Because I knew good and well they went on the road with a hurt quarterback and still beat Clemson. And now they've confirmed it. I'm not a newsbreaker per se. It's not really the business I'm in. But yeah, he's been playing hurt. He's been playing limited. Let me just put it that way. Been playing limited. I've got him at 9 because given his limitation, I think he's done what he needs to do. I think he's done everything he can do. If you've watched him play, you know that there's an element to their offense clearly because of that physical limitation that's missing. I don't know what a bye week would mean for him. They got tons of big games coming up. I don't need to read the schedule, but Garrett Nussmeier, I got 9. Lenora Sellers, I put 10. Let me just tell you about this number 10 spot. And this is crazy. Bradley, if you'll do me a favor, all right, so we've established Lenora Sellers as number 10. If you'll do me a favor, if you'll throw the first graphic up again, my preseason top 10. Okay, I want you to think about how crazy this is. I pay a lot of attention to college football. All right, I pay a lot of attention to the SEC. It's not like I threw darts at a board, but I think I would have been luckier throwing darts at a board trying to predict this because we are entering week 4. We're a quarter of the way through the season. And we had the number 10 spot open here, and Lagway was sitting there, and Arch was sitting there, and Lenora Sellers was sitting there. My preseason 1, 2, and 3. And we sat there for like 5 minutes and discussed whether any of them deserved to be number 10. In the end, we put Sellers there. Lagway's not even top 10. Arch is not top 10. I don't know what in the world's happening with Arch Manning. Copy and at least Arch is throwing to his guys or nobody. DJ's just flat out throwing to the other team. So I don't know whomst amongst us could have ever predicted this. Not me. I would love to see anybody's preseason top SEC quarterback rankings that didn't have DJ Lagway top 10 and didn't have Arch top 10. Now, if you were just strictly going on production, I guess Arch wouldn't have been top 10. But if you were going on expectations, even if you were down on those guys, you would have had them top 10. And instead, here we are. So, look, I think that's brave. I think it's very admirable of me. And the reason I have to compliment myself is because I know the comment section is not going to, as well as my close personal social circle, up to and including family. No one's going to congratulate me on this. No one's going to attaboy me. You know, sometimes, as Mimas said, you got to grab your elbow, push it, and pat your own self on the back.